Okay, so as you can see, this is my old first adventure test little, I don't know, little blend file, anyways. Um, and I just exported it to an FBX just as it was. Nothing popped up as far as any like settings or anything. So I don't know how it's going to turn out in Unity, but we are going to try it, and we're just going to see what happens. Um, so maybe we can figure out what's going on here. So I'm gonna go ahead, and it might look all weird, it might be wrong, it might be whatever. We'll see how Unity reacts to it. But here, Unity Hub, there we go. Okay, let's see here. Let's do a new, and let's do a 3D. I wonder what 3D with extras is. High definition RP. What is all that stuff? What is RP? I don't know. Anyways, doesn't really matter. Let's call it. We're gonna call it Venture Test 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's say number, and we'll create it. Okay, so we'll try to I don't know, I guess I'll do it from the operating system level. You have to forgive me for seeing the corner of my room through this stupid, anyways, doesn't matter. So we're just going to import it. We're going to see if we can even see it, and it'll just be a game object that it imports, and we'll see what happens. Now let's go to, let's open that. Let's go to dev stuff, and we'll just we're gonna go to test blends because that's where I saved the file. And we're gonna copy that and go to dev stuff, go to Unity projects, and we're going to go to Adventure Test, and we're going to go into Assets, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to paste this here. I don't care right now any kind of hierarchy. I'm just trying to get something working. We're going to see what happens. Okay, so it knows it's there. It's kind of set up as a prefab, and let's see if we can. Here, let's actually expand this since we got this. This ways. So let's see if I can just drag it in here, and there it is. Actually, not too shabby. Huh, cool. Boop. Now, before I do anything, zoom out a little bit, and let's look around here for a sec. It's actually imported the camera and everything in there, which is kind of interesting. In fact, you can even see it like you probably can't see it because it's 1920p and down to 720, 1920, 1080 versus 720. But there's a slight cant here, and that's because the model to the camera was like that, and that's not actual. Yeah, that's pretty interesting. Pretty interesting. Cameras in there. Now, let's see something here. So let's see if we can. It's interesting. Material, no name. The other one has more materials in it too. The more complicated one, ground, player, player's a box. So what I'm going to do right now is, instead of just like using this directly, I mean this is cool and all, but let's delete this whole thing, because now the lighting. Let's see something here. Let's not delete it just yet. We do have a light in here, which is actually the Blender light. And then, of course, we have directional light, which is that. And then we have this light in here. And what's interesting is it's like a prefab, right? So if it's like a prefab, let's open it in prefab mode. That didn't work. Why did that work? Open. No, maybe I should do it here. Open. That isn't working either. Because I'm wondering if when I dragged it in there, it didn't actually instantiate it as its object here. Import, export. Let's see, model rig, animation materials, import blend shapes, import visibility. I can actually tell it not to import like the cameras and the lights and stuff. Thing about the lighting is I'm not sure if I want to do that in Blender or Unity, because I'm still thinking at some point I'm going to return to to Armory in Blender, and I'm not sure. Let's see some here. I can probably delete that. I don't know if, do I want to delete that? Is that how that works? Let's delete the player. Yeah, that's interesting. I didn't see a export dialog in Blender though. Okay, so let's just delete this out of our project here. Or it's actually just going to probably delete the file, which is okay, because I think I just only copied it. At least I hope I only copied it. But let's see something here. Let's go back into Blender and let's see something here. File. When I went to export, problem here is if I expect to do Armory at all, right? I'm gonna have to have the player. I'm gonna have to have the lighting. I'm gonna have to have the camera, and so on and so forth. But in Unity, to make something work in Unity, I don't want all that stuff. I just want like just the mesh or whatever. So how do I? Let's see if we can look up online and see. Not that one. That's just Firefox. How to export selected objects from Blender 2.8 to FBX. See it that ways. You know, there's another thing that I could do. Why don't I just see about importing the Blender model and just see what that does? Because that's assets. That's not what we want. Actually, let's go ahead and open another dealie here. Dev stuff. We want that. We want adventure. We want Blend version 1. Okay. Copy. And actually, let's copy both of these. Copy. And then let's go to, so we can close this. We go to dev stuff, we can go to test blends. We're going to paste this in here. Paste. Okay, and in actuality, I'm going to go ahead and close this and open that. Yes, I really want to quit. Okay, let's open this back up. And it looks like we're going to have to stop the video here. And we're going to have to try to okay, we're gonna have to see about exporting afterwards and in the next one. So I'd like to say thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.